Two men walked into my emergency department last Tuesday, same age, 61. One of them jogged in from the car park, cracked a joke with the nurse. Blood pressure perfect. I genuinely thought he was mid-40s. The other one was wheeled in, couldn't stand without help, on 6 medications. His body was failing him in ways that usually take another decade to arrive. Same birthday, completely different biology. I've been an emergency doctor for over 20 years, and I'll tell you the most brutal truth I've learned in all that time. The gap between those two men didn't open up last year. It opened up over 30 years of daily decisions, most of them tiny, most of them invisible. Not genetics, not luck, not money, daily habits. And here's what makes this so urgent. The damage is being written right now, every single day. In your cells, in your blood vessels, in the energy factories inside every organ in your body. But, and this is the part that keeps me going, it is absolutely reversible, because the same biology that responds to bad inputs responds just as powerfully to good ones. So in this video, I'm going to give you 6 daily habits that directly target the mechanisms of biological aging. No supplements, no expensive equipment, no gym membership required. Just 6 things. And number 3 has more clinical evidence behind it than almost anything else I could recommend. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Here's something medicine almost never explains properly. You have 2 ages. Your chronological age, the number on your birthday cake, and your biological age, the actual functional state of your cells, your organs, your cardiovascular system, your brain. Those 2 numbers can be 15 years apart in either direction. And the difference between them is almost entirely determined by what you do every single day. Because aging isn't a fixed clock ticking down. It's a balance. Your body is constantly choosing, based on the signals you give it, whether to prioritize repair or allow damage to accumulate. And when damage accumulates faster than your body can repair it, that's aging. That's what it actually is. I've been offered tens of thousands of pounds to promote anti-aging supplements on this channel. I've turned every single one of them down. Because I can tell you with absolute certainty, if you take the best supplement stack money can buy, but you sleep badly, eat poorly, and barely move, you will spend a fortune and change almost nothing. The people I've watched die peacefully in their 90s, surrounded by family, sharp until the end. They weren't taking NMN and resveratrol. They were sleeping well, eating real food, staying active, and keeping people close. The mechanisms behind accelerated aging are well understood. Mitochondrial dysfunction. The energy factories in your cells start failing and everything downstream suffers. Oxidative stress. Cellular exhaust building up faster than the body can clear it. Insulin resistance. Chronically elevated blood sugar, quietly destroying your blood vessels, your nerves, your organs. Circadian disruption. Your internal 24-hour clock falling out of sync, breaking down the precise timing of repair and regeneration. All of these are connected, and all of them are modifiable. Here's how. Habit 1. Get outside within the first hour of waking. This sounds almost insultingly simple, which is exactly why most people skip it. Your brain has a master clock, the suprachiasmatic nucleus, that controls cortisol timing, body temperature, melatonin, and the coordination of every repair process that happens while you sleep. And it uses one primary signal to set itself. Morning light hitting your eyes. 10 minutes outside within an hour of waking anchors that clock. It cascades into better sleep, better hormonal regulation, better cellular repair. When people never go outside in the morning, working from darkened rooms, never opening the curtains, and over years, the downstream effects on your biology are measurable and significant. In the evening, dim your environment, reduce bright lights, limit screens, protect your melatonin, protect your sleep architecture. This costs nothing. It takes 10 minutes. And it sets the biological timing for everything else on this list. Habit 2. Stop eating for 12 to 14 hours overnight. Your body has 2 modes: fed, processing food, managing blood sugar, running on incoming fuel, and fasted, doing the maintenance work it never gets time to do when you keep eating. After around 12 hours of fasting, your cells activate a process called autophagy. They break down and recycle damaged components. They clear out dysfunctional proteins and cellular debris that would otherwise accumulate and accelerate aging. Insulin sensitivity improves. Your cells start responding properly to glucose again. You don't need to be extreme. Finish dinner at 8 p.m. Have breakfast at 8 or 9 a.m. That's it. That's a 12-hour window. Just enough for your body to do its housekeeping. The problem is, most people are eating right up until they fall asleep, then eating again within minutes of waking. The maintenance window never opens. Habit 3, walk for 5 minutes after every meal. This one has more evidence behind it than almost anything else I could tell you. When you eat, your blood glucose rises. Normal. But the size and duration of that spike, repeated meal after meal, year after year, matters enormously to your long-term health. Chronically elevated post-meal glucose damages blood vessels. It drives glycation of proteins. It accelerates oxidative stress and insulin resistance. A 5-minute walk after eating activates your skeletal muscle to pull glucose directly out of the bloodstream without requiring insulin. It blunts the spike significantly. Research is consistent and clear on this. Over days, months, years, decades, you are reducing cumulative metabolic damage, one of the primary drivers of accelerated biological aging, controlled every single day with a 5-minute walk. No equipment, no gym, just get up and move after you eat. Habit 4, end your shower cold. Stay with me. Brief cold exposure is a controlled hormetic stressor, a mild stress that triggers an adaptive response in your biology. It stimulates the production of new mitochondria. It activates brown adipose tissue, a metabolically active fat that actually burns energy to generate heat. It raises noradrenaline, sharpening focus, lifting mood, building stress tolerance. Over time, it builds a cellular resilience to oxidative stress that has real protective effects. You don't need an ice bath. You need the last 30 seconds of your shower turned all the way to cold. The discomfort you feel is not a problem. That is the mechanism. Habit 5, do squats and press-ups every single day. Muscle is not about appearance. Muscle is one of the most important organs in your body for long-term survival. It's metabolically active. It clears sugar from your blood after meals. It produces hormones that regulate other systems. And losing it is one of the strongest predictors we have of frailty, falls, hospitalization, and early death. That process starts in your 30s. If you're not actively maintaining muscle mass from that point, gym, bodyweight exercises, or a physically demanding job, you are already losing it. You don't need equipment. Bodyweight squats and press-ups done daily, even in small numbers, send the signal to your body, hold on to this muscle. Build more. 5 to 10 minutes a day is enough to start. Modified versions if needed. The signal is what matters. Habit 6, cut out ultra-processed food. This is the foundation. Everything else sits on top of it. Your body builds itself from what you eat. Cell membranes, hormones, brain chemicals, the molecules that control inflammation. All of it comes from the raw material in your diet. Ultra-processed food, packets with long ingredients lists full of emulsifiers, preservatives, refined starches, artificial flavors, things your great-grandparents wouldn't recognize, drives chronic low-grade inflammation throughout your body. It disrupts your gut microbiome. It worsens insulin resistance. It increases oxidative stress. It is quietly, constantly sending damaging signals to your cells. A simple rule: if you read the ingredients and recognize everything as something you could find in a normal kitchen, it's probably fine. If it reads like a chemistry textbook, put it back. Whole foods. Meat, fish, eggs, vegetables, nuts, seeds, olive oil, whole grains, not superfoods. Just food. Food that gives your cells a fundamentally different environment to operate in. You cannot out-exercise a diet that is constantly working against you. These 6 habits aren't a random list. They are all targeting the same underlying systems: mitochondrial function, blood sugar control, hormonal balance, inflammation, and cellular repair. And they work together. Morning light sets your clock. Your clock deepens your sleep. Sleep is when your body repairs itself. The overnight fast extends that repair window. The time to change the inputs is now, before any symptoms appear, because by the time most people reach a doctor, the damage has been accumulating for 20 years. We can manage it. We can slow it, but we cannot undo it. That responsibility is yours. And the good news, the real good news, is that it has never been easier to start.